PG basically told her that, don't blame me for your problems, honey, just because you wanted to become a prostitute. I mean, she really cut her to the core. You weren't abducted, she kept saying. Wait, you going to take, and Emergency Me said in the background, you could hear her say, yes, actually I wasn't, but PG is running her yap so much you couldn't even, she probably didn't hear her.
You know, Yanni, if Emergency Me wants to tell her story, I'd be glad to interview her.
She don't want to tell her story, but she wasn't going to allow PG to sit there and talk about things like the essay on Summer and all that without actual facts. And
you're right, Yanni, the truth does hurt. It hurts.
Yeah,
you don't go against PG's grain. She'll get the hoe out after you in her garden. I swear to God, she will come at you like a force and bye, you're gone.
Yeah. The way that
cuss you every worse than a sailor.
Well, I think they met their matches over here because I will defend Yanni no matter what.
And then she'll plead the blood of Jesus Christ upon you, and even Daisy will do that. I rebuke you. I'm like, look here, ladies. I get it. You follow God. You ain't got the power to rebuke Satan. You don't have that power, especially when words out of your mouth are Satan induced.
You know, I don't get how all these people can say that they're Christians and do the shit that they do.
That's why I ain't one.
I believe in God. I won't lie. I do believe in God.
I believe in God.
I believe in fighting for what's right.
I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I know we got a higher power up there. If he looks like Jesus, the way society has projected him to look, okay, you know, but that's society's image, correct? That's what we've been.
Yanni's coming up, guys.
That's the way we've been brought up, right?
I'm going to drop down Mama T.
Okay,
you just wait.
Who's up here?
Okay.
Who's up here?
Hi, Yanni.
Hi, Yanni.
Hi,
It's
Yanni.
Bird.
Bird on the way. I can see you.
Can you hear me, Yanni?
You can save me? You think I need it?
Can you hear me? No, I don't have to
Yes,
say you.
yes.
Already said. No, see, you know what's happened. See, you know, my husband seen something. I still to this day, I don't know what he's seen, but he went mental, like lost it and just said, that's it. What they've done is illegal. Hate speech is illegal in America. And he leaves on Friday to go visit his kids for a week. And we've petitioned a lawyer, and the lawyer's going to, we've got our lawyer to petition YouTube about hate speech and the you know, how survivors were being like attacked and how it's actually illegal on their terms and conditions to do exactly what they did.
Yeah, it's illegal what a lot of people do on this damn platform.
It is,
Exactly.
but, you know, it is, but definitely hate speech. And Pregarden attacked a young boy. He was like 21 years old from the LGBT. Trevor Lee, Trev Time. He's a really good person. Like, he's done a lot for Summer.
Yes,
He's done so much to help out. I think he gave $2,000 in the Find Summer Fund.
And he still does. He still does his own circles.
He goes out and searches. Yeah, he does. And he was attacked. And the things that she said against, like, him being LGBTQ it's considered hate speech, because our lawyer looked at it and said, yeah, that's hate speech. It is considered, and it's illegal. And YouTube should not allow that to happen, and they're not supposed to. And then the attack on Emergency Me and myself, because it went on for days after, and I was included in it. That's also hate. That's also considered hate speech.
Well, what made me mad is Daisy knows your story, Yanni. You told your story.
And she pushed and pushed and pushed me to do my story there, because, like, if you were there, it took me about 6 weeks. It took me about 6 weeks before I did it. People were messaging me and saying, "Don't do it there, Yanni. Don't. You're going to make a big mistake." But I kind of already committed to it, and I felt bad. So it took me 6 weeks before I even came up there to do it, because so many people were saying, "Don't do it."
But I'll tell everybody. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. They were just saying, "Don't do it there." They said, they said anywhere but there, not there. Yeah.
But Daisy comes off as such a God-abiding Christian, and I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, she's younger than I am too, but it's like, oh wow, she feels like a great aunt or something to me. You know, like, this woman is really kind-hearted and really tender and really sweet. She loves animals, farm animals. So you're, you know, but Yanni, when she told her story that night, people were in chat also discussing a little bit of their, putting out a little bit of their.
Where'd Yanni go?
I don't know anything about it.
You must have had a bad connection, Yanni. You can come back up, honey. Listen, like I said, we will defend Yanni no matter what.
But this beautiful woman with her own story that I'm like crying because, and I opened up and
her son came in, so she got down. I know what happened. Her son doesn't know the things that are going on. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what it's going to take to wake YouTube up and wake up these creators that think that they can get away with everything on YouTube, and they can't. They can't anymore. Yanni, I commend you, and we all love you very, very, very much. And you are one strong lady.
Yeah. When I put in the chat a little bit of my experience, and I said that I had come out about it in my 40s. In a moment, I didn't really want to come out about it, but my aunt had passed away, and I was going to have to face him after 30-some years, and I didn't know how to handle it. And my psychologist told me, head on, stand proud, but you do need to mention it to your parents. When my parents did not validate it, my mom said, I wondered if that was going on.
Wow, I wondered.
And I'm a mom going, one inkling in my mind that was happening to one of my daughters, I'd been on it like white to rice.
Yes.
And my dad, being his youngest brother, said, well, that was many, many years ago. You're over it by now, ain't you?
Oh, Bird, I'm sorry.
And I'm like, wow, really? Are you? Yeah, I guess so. And then it got told all around the family. And now I've had cousins hit me up and want to know, hey, you want to have sex? I won't tell anybody. I'm like, get your ass out of here. And I felt exactly like Betty did with Jim Terry.
Wow. Bird, I can't say I know how you feel because it's never happened to me. But I can tell you this. I know that your hurt and your pain has made you a strong, strong woman.
And it's just a percentage of my pain. It's just a percentage of the fight.
But you can beat it, Bird. I know you have the strength and I know you have the mindset.
Hold on. Hold on, I have to mute for a minute.
You
My
got
son's
this, Bird.
bugging
You got
me.
this.
Bugging me for money. Bird, wait there. I'll be there in 1 second, okay? Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, we know. But you know, Yoni reached out to me in the chat. And she, hey, if you need my number, I'm here for you. I'm here. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said anything. No, I don't know who this woman is. I just know that I admire her strength.
You never be embarrassed and you never be ashamed because you did nothing wrong. They did.
Exactly.
But I'm kind of like Angelina. Everything's always been my fault.
Nope.
Who, Bird? You were on that chat, weren't you, that day?
Yes, I was. And you reached out to me and it meant so much.
I remember now. I remember you being there and like people were kind of ignoring you, right?
Yes. Miss Daisy always ignored me.
I noticed that. That's right. I remember you now from being there. Yeah, I think, you know, with her, she wanted a very high profile pedophile ring thing to be mentioned. That's why she used me for it.
Really?
I think, yeah, because mine was with the elites. And if you listen to her talk, she's got this real thing about the elites being Satanists and all of that.
Yes.
And my case covers that. And that's why she wanted me there.
Yes.
Like the Epstein thing. And,
Yeah, and I've got survivors from the Epstein thing that are my friends that I talk to all the time on Facebook. And she's like, oh, bring them here. And they were watching the night. They were watching the night I was up there, and they were like, Yanni, oh, I don't know. These are the people that were saying don't do it there. They just had a bad feeling, and they're like, don't do it there. And I did it anyway. So I remember you being there and you saying that, and people were just really ignoring you. And I said, I told you that in my email, I think I posted it and said to you, if you want to talk, email me.
yes. And I,
Right.
oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. Okay. Because I was like, I mean, I don't know this woman. I know she's got the strength of an ox, but how? I don't know her. This is you too. You know, all kind of things run through my head. And
True.
I didn't mean not to trust you then.
I know,
But
it's fine.
I just, you know, and then I felt like, damn, I've done said something, and now I've done made a damn fool of myself.
No.
And I should have
No,
never
you
said it.
didn't.
No.
But my
No,
family,
you didn't.
my dad's other brothers and sisters, even the brother of the uncle that did it, him and I were so tight. I mean, that man taught me how to tie my shoes and everything. And
Honey, that's called grooming. So he
But
was
no.
grooming you.
they say, well, you always were promiscuous.
That's what I was told. You know what that my adoptive mother said to me when I confronted her when I was grown? I said, why did you let all this happen? Why did you do this to me? You know what she said? You were a promiscuous child. Not that.
Yeah.
She said you were a flirtatious child.
Oh.
That is exactly what she said.
Oh.
And I was like, I was a baby. How can you call a baby flirtatious? Like, there's no way a baby can be flirtatious. We don't know what flirtatious is. What is flirtatious? At
Yeah,
2
at
and
certain
3,
ages you don't. I mean, at the age I was, I guess I was. I may have been
you know
flirtatious,
what? I was a dancer.
but that's my
I was
uncle.
a
I
dancer.
love him. Just like with Betty's situation, she loved her dad and she loved her grandpa.
I know.
This
You
was my
loved her,
uncle.
Yeah. You know,
Okay,
that didn't
okay.
happen. It didn't happen in my family. But it kind of did because she was my adoptive mum and she took that role on. So basically it was my family and the family that I knew at that time in my life. But you know, like I was sold. I was sold, and 3 to 4 times a week until I ran away. I got away 3 times and they brought me back, and on the 4th time I was determined. I was like, I am not going back. I'd rather have died than have gone back there. So that was what I chose. If they catch me, I'm just going to kill myself. That was the choice that I made in my own mind, that if I have to go back there, I'm going to do something to kill myself.
Yeah, or you die,
I didn't
you know, escaping. Yeah.
Mm.
Like it didn't matter,
I mean,
you know.
The thing with me is she got very sloppy because she was using me like a slave in her home as well. So she was making me do jobs that like 20-year-olds would find hard. You know what I mean? And I was like 10 and mowing lawns and all of that. But that was my escape. I was glad she did that. As much as I struggled for about a year, I planned on how I was going to get away. And I did get away. And on the 4th time, I didn't come back because I sent a letter to my adoptive dad in jail telling him what happened, that I was living on the street and everything. And he got the police to come and find me.
Right.
And I was running away from the police. I kicked them. I mean, I spat at them. You have no idea how bad I was to them police because I thought they were taking me back, you know?
Yeah.
And so I fought them, but they were there to ask me, like, what happened? What's going on? And when I sat down and they gave me a piece of paper and they gave me crayons and, you know, things that I could draw things. And they're like, because I was still a child, you know, at 14, you're still a little girl, you know? And the only way I could relay anything was drawing it. So I drew the Masonic symbol, so they knew it was me. Yeah, I did all of that stuff. And they said to me, what is that symbol? I said, I don't know, but the men that used to hurt me had a ring on and it had that symbol on, and some of them had it on their shirt pin, and I noticed it. And they just looked at each other. See, by then I'm not knowing what I'm drawing, what's going on. I'm just being really honest. Yeah, as a child, you know, I'm being really honest. I'm telling them what I seen so that they could try to retrace where I was, where it happened, where this ring happened, you know, because I told them, I said, in the rooms that we were in, we could bang on the walls and talk to the kids in the rooms next door. So they knew now that there's not just me, there's other children in these houses. And there was about 30 or 40 children in each house. So they knew that they had to try to help me find where this was. And it took months. It felt like forever. But we finally found that house because I wrote the street name back to front. And for 3 days, no one even thought, oh, let me turn it around, until one cop that had slept well came back on duty, turned it around and said, she's writing it back to front. And that's how they found the street. You know, for Daisy to do what she's done, have me up there, and I was just going to walk away peacefully. Honestly, I really was going to do that. I just wanted to just say, okay, you've aligned yourself with this vile creature. I don't want a part of it. I need to leave. Then Tragedy Pimps Exposed done her video, and who did she put in the video? Me.
Yeah. Yes.
But in the video, it was saying Yanni has since told me Daisy apologized, because she actually did apologize, that it hurt my feelings and, you know, whatever. Then she took it back. I was asleep. I woke up to like a million messages saying, yep, Daisy's just done a live last night saying she owed you no apology or emergency me. Yep.
And the same way with Lean On Me. She did the same thing to Lean On Me.
Lean On Me just messaged me right now, like 5 minutes ago, and said, give me your email. I got to tell you something.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So, I mean, you know what, the sad thing about it is, well, it's not sad to me anymore. It was at first, because I still considered them like family to me at that point. But now they are the trashy channels. Do you know what I mean? They are considered the trash channels of YouTube now.
Well, Yanni, you were up there.
The misinformation. Sorry, go.
You know Kirby, right? Miss Kirby?
I love Kirby.
She hates all of us.
Who does she hate?
All of us.
You?
She loves them both.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
My Kirby?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to talk to Miss Kirby.
No.
I used to love Miss Kirby. Miss Kirby and I used to be friends.
She's got her own. She's got her own. I mean, she's in Jimbo's chat. She's in Rap's chat.
Liberators.
I'm going to
Yes.
I've got her. I'm going to email her. I'm going to ask her why, because from, you know, Jimbo, isn't it? Is he the bald one? Yeah. He's the bald. Okay, the bald one with the funny glasses that looks like seriously pedophile.
The menu with the black beard.
Yes, Yanni.
Him. He looks pedo-ish to me, because I know what they look like. They all have a similar look, and I'm sorry he has that. And I went in his channel probably a year ago, and I was there for a moment just to listen, and I left, and I never went back there again. I don't know what it was, but he gave me serious creeper vibes, and I just left.
She loves him.
You know his story, that why a lot of us said, ain't no way we went around him. That's not right. Is because he married an 11, 12-year-old.
There was something about him that... Yes. See, I didn't even know any of this, because I never spent enough time to get to know him or anything about him. I just saw bits and pieces here and there and here and there, and I just would read them and go, what the fuck? You know, like, what?
Okay, so Yanni, the truth about it is he was 17 years old and married a 12-year-old. He said, this is his words, not mine, okay? He said that he got the green light from her mom. The condoms were in the bedside table, the nightstand. And then he said that he was in love with her, and she actually lied to him about her age. So did the mother.
She was 10 or 11 when he got the green light.
A 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, they look like babies still.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's not what Constance Sue said. That's not what Constance Sue said. Constance Sue even put up pictures of herself and said, look, even at 12 years old, a girl can make herself appealing and over the age.
Oh, what?
But she was 10 or 11 when it started.
Constance Sue and I, to be honest, Constance Sue and I, we bump heads. We do not get along at all, because she made excuses and said, "Oh, Summer's home." Like, she basically said Summer was living in a normal home and blah blah. And so that's it. I could never ever like her, because what she
don't
said,
like her
and
either.
it was a real long time ago that me and her butted heads, and I won't go near her because I think she spreads toxic information.
She's gunning for all of us too.
Is she? Oh, well,
Yes.
F her. No one likes her anyway, so don't worry about it. Everybody thinks she's nuts. She's on a few channels that I'm affiliated with, and I just leave.
I agree.
As soon as she's there, I just leave. I just go, nah, I can't, because I know I'm going to say something to her because she annoys me, and I'm going to say, you know what I'm like, Mum and T. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to get angry, and I just don't need the aggravation. She was in a chat I was in today. Let me just think. It was I was in a chat today. Burnt Toast. She was there.
Yanni?
Someone's trying to call me. They always do that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I hear you,
Can
Yanni.
you hear
I hear
me?
you. Mhm.
Okay. I can't hear you much now. Hold on.
Ernie wants a link, Mama.
Somebody's trying to ring, and instead of just not just like, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Ernie's coming up. You guys, I got about 10% battery left.
Stupid people ring me, and when I decline it, they ring me in another way. Stupid. What do I turn up? Is it that? Is that talk so I can see if I can hear you?
You're fine, honey.
Can you not hear me,
I
Yanni?
can't
I can hear you.
at all.
I can hear you.
Why? I can't hear you guys at all. I'll go down and I'll come back up because I can't hear you at all.
Okay. Plug up, Mama T.
Shit. I'll have to leave and come back because my sound's gone weird.
Okay.
Okay, Yanni.
Plug up, Mama T. We having a moment here.
I can't, honey. I don't have a cord out here, and I'm in my car.
Now you done made me mad.
I'm sorry. We can pick this back up in the morning.
Well, not with me. Well, I don't know if I'll be here, but I love this woman. This woman.
Hi, Ernie. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I've never been on panel with Ernie.
Where's Yanni at?
She'll be back up.
She had to drop down.
She was having some technical difficulties with her hearing.
Somebody said she's being picked on in here.
Not
Not in
anymore.
here. In Daisy's and in PG Prayer Garden and Daisy are going after her.
Why would they do that?
Because Yanni brings out the truth, and Daisy used Yanni for her story, and
Yanni
Hello.
stood up for me to see me.
You know Miss Daisy's fighting for the Wells being innocent, don't you, Ernie?
No.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And I mean,
Candace and Dawn, all of us been over there on her panel like about nightly.
yeah, Candace is calling Miss Daisy mom now. Miss Daisy is trying to convince everybody.
The fact of the matter is, what anybody wants to say is, look at the network that Don Wells brings. Look at the network that Don Wells has. Look at the network that Don Wells is associated with.
True.
There's your key right there.
Yep.
I agree.
If you can't see that, then Don Wells is not an innocent man by no means.
I don't know what has
Even
happened.
if he ain't responsible for Summer Wells,
He knows.
he knows something, and he's a prior pedophile.
Yes. And
Well, see, we're
Absolutely, Ernie.
now.
Ernie.
Yanni, how you doing, girl?
Where you been? Where you been?
Sleeping.
You sound sleepy. I told you to message me on Messenger ages ago. What's wrong with you?
Well, I can't find you on Messenger.
Well,
What's
can you get
wrong
Mama
with you?
T to show you? Mama T,
Yeah,
talk
I'll tell you
to
that
me
to
on
give me a link.
Messenger.
So,
Anyway,
you
have you seen, Ernie, have you seen over at the farm they're saying that Don Wells and Candace are innocent now?
look, here's the thing about it. Candace may be, I wouldn't say innocent, maybe not knowing, but Don Wells, I wouldn't put it past him if he knew everything. Here's the thing what he told me. I mean, all you got to do is listen to the phone call. She's worth a lot of gold.
I've heard the phone call. Yep.
and he'll see her in the resurrection.
He'll see her in the resurrection.
But
The
you
only
know what?
resurrection he's going to see is Satan. Ready to
Exactly.
Satan is what he'll see.
He's going to be so trapped.
Oh,
What's going to happen is everybody he's harmed. I'm telling you. But if he may not know about, or he may not be responsible for Summer Wells, but he
he's
knows,
responsible for
like he
other
said,
things.
he already admitted that he knows where they keep kids at.
I know, I heard him say that.
He knows where they have kids trapped that don't belong
And
to
why
the people
wouldn't
that
he
they're with.
why wouldn't he get those kids rescued like I did years ago? You know, I had to go back and find those kids that I was locked in with. I had to find them. I had to. And I spent months and months and months trying to find this damn house
Don Wells
because
told me.
I wanted to find those kids, and that more than myself, I would have sacrificed myself to save them. You
Don
know,
Wells told me. Don Wells told me. He said this right here. He said, "I know where everything under the sun is." He said, "But I tell you what, I don't know where they would keep kids like that." In that one interview, and then he turns right around and says, "Well, I know where. I've been to places they've had kids before. I've been to places kids have been locked
well,
up."
what was he doing there?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You know what? They may not have had anything to do with Summer, but their lifestyle certainly had a lot to do with Summer going missing.
Look at
Even
what
if they didn't do it, their lifestyle did it.
look at
Ernie.
what was going on. Look at what was going on. Hold on a second, I'll answer you. Look at what was going on during that time that Summer Wells went missing. The organ donor stuff, all that stuff with what they could do with organ donors.
Boom, Ernie.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what we talked about today
What's that?
when I was on your panel
Oh
today?
yeah.
Boom. You just hit it.
So, that's what makes me sick. Candace told me things that are horrific
Mm-hmm.
about certain people that was together.
Yeah.
That's why she was scared to death to go back.
Yeah.
So, if Miss Daisy is hosting them over there, here's the thing. Miss Daisy may be going
She
to
is.
flip the script on them. She may be flipping the script. I don't know.
No.
No.
But the moment you
No.
take them people in, the Wells, and you look at what they had, it was a sex cult up at their place. It was
Yeah.
nothing but they invited people up. Look, I know people who used to go up there that I talked with that live over in that
Mhm.
direction. Talked about them going up there and they were just sex cult is what it was. Mistresses and he had
Mm-hmm.
when you get into that lifestyle and you start breaking it apart, human trafficking is what it is.
So, Ernie, Yoni, my phone is dying, guys. Do you guys want to come over tomorrow? Do you guys want to come over tomorrow and we can have this whole discussion live about it?
We can
I would
make
be
it
glad
here sometime. That's fine. But Yanni, it's good to see you, and I wish the very best for you. And yes, Mama T, give me her link for Messenger if you can. I'm gonna go back to
I
sleep,
will.
guys. Thank you guys for the chat. Thank you for coming in, and sorry that I grabbed it so late, but I was asleep.
It's
And
okay.
we'll talk again, guys.
So I'm thinking about maybe 5 o'clock my time tomorrow. I'll let you guys know for sure.
We need to do this
Yeah. What are you doing? Sorry, I had to step away. My dogs were going crazy.
to pick
We're
it
gonna have a
up.
panel with me, you, Ernie, and anybody else that wants to come up here.
Uh-huh.
And
Ernie and I touched on the Summer subject today when I was on his panel.
then we'll have a
Yeah.
discussion about the whole situation with Summer.
I've got my feelers out, so I'm getting told a lot of stuff that's going on over there. And Ernie, if he thinks she's going to flip the script, he's wrong. She is fully invested in Candace and Don being innocent now.
Good God.
She is. She is. Today I went on there for 5 minutes, Mama T. 5 minutes I spent on that panel, and she said, "I don't know why everybody makes such a big deal about Candace and Don's house. My house as a kid was a lot worse." Okay.
Oh my God.
She's 50 years old. Summer's been missing for 2 years. That was 2021. Candace had a washing machine, yet the sheet that those kids were sleeping on looked like it hadn't been washed for 5 years.
Yanni,
My dogs wouldn't sleep on that.
the night that I heard Miss Daisy say that Chris McDonough ruined Don and Candace's life, and he's
Huh?
the Chris McDonough.
Ladies, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to pick up this discussion tomorrow, Spooky. I would love that.
All
My
right,
phone is dying.
see
It's
you
down to
then.
1%. If I don't
Okay,
go now,
Mama T.
I'm gonna
Okay.
charge it. All right, I love
All right,
you.
Message
Much
me
love.
about tomorrow, please.
I will, Yoni, I promise.
All right, okay, bye. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Much love, much respect, and God bless everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to do the Summer Wells discussion, please be here tomorrow evening. I will schedule it ahead of time so everybody knows.